Embarrassment. Honestly, this was embarrassing, especially when a guy named Paul George literally sits on the bench for basically the entire fourth quarter. You lose like this. The stats: Reggie Jackson played well, Paul George clearly well, but I'm just so surprised that he didn't come off the bench because he basically sat down almost the entire time of the fourth quarter. Clippers are still good even without Kawhi, but my god, Dame choked. Especially when it's his first two free throws of the night not the night of the day. I mean, oh my gosh. CJ did well, Gary Trent Jr. did well, Nurk almost had a triple double. Melo did well. Once again, there was no Hassan Whiteside. He was dealing with an injury. Oh my god, Field goal percentage was close. 3-pointers, they outbeat us. Free throws, they outbeat us. Honestly, this game's close and tight. Really was. Okay. So, with the loss today, the Blazers are now a game and a half behind the Memphis Grizzlies, which is not good at all, especially if you're Portland right about now, because if I could look at the standings real quick, if I can get them. So here, give me a sec. Yeah. It's now a half game ahead of San Antonio, New Orleans, Phoenix, and a game and a half behind the Memphis Grizzlies. Oh, man, Portland's going to need some help. Well, tomorrow they play the 76ers, and Ben Simmons is out for the season. We'll see if Whiteside can play tomorrow. I hardly doubt that. But, oh my gosh. So today for the Blazers, so they could just feel safe, they're going to need the Heat to beat Phoenix today. And then tomorrow, they have to win tomorrow because... And also, they'll have to have Memphis lose the Raptors, Spurs, or Pelicans. It doesn't matter because of the fact that they're both behind Portland, not that far. You just look at the main schedules of those 13 seeds. Mostly Phoenix, Portland, San Antonio, Memphis, and New Orleans. Sacramento, I don't really know if they could really make it at this point. But I'm just looking at these schedules right now. This was a game Portland should have won. They should have won this game. Especially when Paul George is literally sitting on the bench for basically the entire fourth quarter. Now, I did say earlier the Blazers had to afford one loss, and I even said it was the Clippers. And I was right. This is the one loss. You can't lose any more games. You have got to win the rest of the three. You have got to beat Dallas. You got to beat Philly. You have to beat Dallas. You have to beat Brooklyn. The Blazers once again came to a game that they should have won. This was close, and the two losses, they could have won both those games. But as long as they can contain either a 9th or 8th seed, because here's how it goes. A 9th and 8th seed must play each other, and for the winner for the 9th seed to make it in the playoffs, they have to win 2 games. An 8th seed just has to win 1. But there's the thing. This is where everybody needs to be for those teams like Memphis, Portland, Sacramento, New Orleans, San Antonio, Phoenix. Everyone wants that 8th seed because if you win 1 game, you're in. Honestly, it's getting tired. Like I said, this was a game Portland could have won, especially when there's even no Kawhi Leonard. Now, Whiteside was out, and who knows, maybe it would have been a difference. Size advantage. But the defense was just terrible overall, especially when the team, once again, no Paul George in the fourth quarter. So what are you expecting me to react to this? This is a disgraceful loss. And like I said, I did say this is the one game the Blazers might lose to just to the Clippers. I thought that because of Kawhi. It's just an embarrassment because you lose to them with no Kawhi and Paul George basically out for an entire fourth quarter. Oh, man. And it sucks that to see that Dame choke on those free throws, man. Especially when it's his first ones of the game. You know, like, it just sucks. It really does. You have to win at least the last 3 games. You have got to hope that New Orleans, San Antonio, Phoenix, and the Kings, well, the Kings are most likely out. But you have got to somehow find a way to at least catch up with Memphis because they're going to have hard times as well. Portland, I mean, like I said before, Philly does not have Ben Simmons. They have got to win that game tomorrow. We'll see if Whiteside will play that game. We'll see how Phoenix... no, sorry, not Phoenix. Well, yeah, Phoenix does play today, but so I'm going to be a Miami Heat fan for that game. But Philly, you have to beat Philly, especially with no Ben Simmons. So you have nothing to worry about right about there. But you have got to win your last 3 games. And these next two are not going to be easy. Even if Ben Simmons is out, I still think Philadelphia is going to be a hard team to beat. Then you got Dallas. Then you got Brooklyn. If you win out and hope for some miracles to happen along the way with the teams like San Antonio, New Orleans, and Phoenix, I don't know if the Kings can really catch up. We'll see. But you've got to hope that those teams lose. And we'll see what happens to Memphis along the way. Because it really, even though people were saying, oh, Memphis is done, they're still the favorites to claim the 8th seed. So, in Memphis' remaining schedule, Toronto, Boston, and Milwaukee. Those are games they could lose. They could lose all those games, but we all thought that about OKC, and they all of a sudden won. And then we look at Phoenix, who is the undefeated team so far. They play Miami today, OKC next, Philadelphia, and Dallas. Phoenix could win 3. I will be so shocked if Phoenix goes undefeated and has a chance to make the playoffs over Portland. I'll be so shocked. New Orleans. Now, I know San Antonio and New Orleans do play each other. New Orleans also plays the Kings and the Magic. So San Antonio, Kings, and Magic. For the Spurs, we already know about New Orleans. They got to play Houston, and they got to play Utah. And for the Kings, who personally I don't think got real shot, Houston tomorrow, New Orleans on Tuesday, and the Lakers on Thursday. So, like I said before, Portland has got to win out and hope for some miracles, because at this point, if Portland wins out and Phoenix loses just 1 game, Portland gets play either a 9th seed or 8th seed. But really, Memphis has it more tough because of the injuries and who they got to play next. But, man, still, this is a game that they could have been a half a game behind, but now it's just a game and a half. So, we'll see how this goes. We'll see how it ends up being.